Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here on this another episode of Vegan Please TV. This episode is continuing the series on the different stages of veganism for people, and this one is about apathetic vegans. Now, just having to scribble this one down so I know what I'm talking about. As I've said, previous episodes, we've been talking about the misanthropic vegans, we've been talking about the evangelical vegans. Now, for this one, this is about my thoughts on what someone should do if they feel that they're becoming apathetic to animal advocacy, to veganism, and all that sort of stuff. So, this is the thing. One thing that I want to get clear is that and make people understand this. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean to say that you actually have to go out and do protests. You actually have to blog. You actually have to do YouTube clips. There's nothing that says that. If you're not in a position, you don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't have the gift of the gab, you don't like writing, you don't like putting yourself out there, don't. No one is forcing you to put yourself out there. If your peer group or the group of people that you're hanging around with are pushing you to go to protests and pushing you to do this, pushing you to do that, tell them to back off. And then if they won't, then maybe you need to reconsider whether they're actually a proper group of friends that you want to hang around with. So that being said, apathetic vegans. Now, what do apathetic vegans do? Now, for my point, from my experience and from what I've seen with others as well, and others that I've helped through these stages, is the first thing I would be doing is forgetting about anything to do with veganism. Don't try and put yourself out there, because don't try and do, person's going to 3 protests a week, I've got to go and do 3. Well, no, if you're trying to live your life by someone else's standards, you're always going to come short. I spent 10 years blogging on veganism now. There's been times where I've sort of gone to burnout stage by blogging too much or doing too much out in the community and all that sort of stuff, and then because I've been holding myself to another standard rather than doing what was comfortable to me, thinking, they can write a blog a week, why can't I do that? So this is the thing. So ultimately, whilst veganism is about the other, about the animals, as corny and cliched as that sounds, your life is about you. So I would be doing things that help you with your life, because if you're if you get burnt out and you don't want to leave the house and you don't want to do anything animal related or vegan related, then that's not only hurting you, that's also having probably a negative impact on the animals as well. So when you feel yourself becoming apathetic towards everything, first thing I would be doing is I would be forgetting about everything to do with veganism, about protest, about animals, and all that. I'm not saying don't, no longer be vegan, because the idea of me and doing all these clips and all that is to help you stay vegan. So what I'd be doing is I'd be, finding things that you can do for yourself. You're not doing it for other people. So what would that be? If you've gone to, let's say you're volunteering at Sanctuary XYZ, after about 6 months there, because you've gone through that misanthropic stage, you're starting to become thinking, well, hey, I'll oversee vegans here anyway, so there's no point talking to people who are vegan all the time, because obviously they're vegan and all that, so you want to have an impact on talking to people who aren't. That's when you can feel apathy driving in, because you're starting to think, well, hey, there's no point in it. All I can do is talk to vegans. Vegans already know about this. The idea. So what I would be doing is I'd be taking a step back, saying, no, time to take stock of everything. Stop volunteering at the farm, at the rescue, whatever it is. If they're 100% reliant upon you, and they try and guilt you into to turning up at the farm or the sanctuary or whatever it is, I would still turn around and say no, because as much as we want to do things for the animals and we want to help farms and sanctuaries and all that survive, your own self-survival and your own sense of self should be just as important as helping other animals. Now, from there, what would you do? Go and find your theoretical mountain in Tibet to climb. Go and spend time doing what you like doing. If you like going for a ride, or you like just sitting in the park writing about things, go and write about something. Go and take a book. Go and draw pictures. Whatever it is that will get your mind off that and into the things that are you. I'm trying to think of examples. For me, it was mountain bike riding, and I used to say, Margaret, I'm just going mountain bike riding, and that was the thing, is that the group of people I used to go mountain bike riding with, 2 of them weren't vegan, and when I was going through that stage where I was sort of heading on to burnout from apathy and all that, made it clear to them. I said, please, no discussions about anything to do with veganism. This is just time to get away. I'm just out having fun. I don't want space. I want space from all of that. So, and this is the thing, that the group of guys that I hung out with, they were fairly understanding of it. They said, yep, this is just bike riding. This has got nothing to do with anything else. This is just bike riding. And that's what we did. That gives you the time away, and it gives you also the ability to switch off. And this is what we all need. We all need to be able to switch off. So if we're constantly thinking about, there's a truck going down that I saw on the freeway going to take the chickens to the slaughterhouse, and these trucks run every day. If you start focusing on things like that, then it's just going to make the hole, that you've dug for yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. That's not going to help anyone. Take time away. If if you're going through that apathetic stage where you just don't want to do anything vegan related, don't force yourself. The more you force yourself to do something, that the more it's going to be that you're going to resent it when you do come out on the other side. So if you're inclined, you're able to go and take up go and do a short course on something. Go and do a short writing course, so then you can use those skills that you're learning to help the charity that you're donating your time for, you're volunteering for, or the farm rescue organisation, or things like that. So you use the time that you're having away to improve your skills. Use it for yourself. If you don't want to do anything like that, spend the time self-reflecting. Spend the time getting to understand yourself, and then by the more that you can understand yourself, the more that you can understand other people as well. So you can see similar signs in other people, and you can go and be a mentor for them and help them, and sort of say, hey, listen, I think you need to step back a bit, and just turn around and say, yeah, I've been through a similar stage. This is what this is how I dealt with it. These are the signs that are coming, and all that sort of stuff. So, what else is there? So, this for this bit of the apathetic vegans, well, sort of, it's a bit of a general discussion, because ultimately it comes down to the person themselves, and everyone's mileage varies all the time, and you may get one person who's apathetic about things and they don't want to do anything, and though with a little bit of encouragement or a shift in focus, then they may come out better on the other side. And then there's some people that the apathy has built up because of XYZ, that it gets to the point where no, they don't want anything to do with animal advocacy, they don't want anything to do with veganism, they don't want anything like that. So you just turn around and say, yep, that's fine. You take as much time as you need. You go and sit down. Hey, we'll catch up for coffee. Once a month or once a fortnight or whatever it is, and let them get through it that way. Still support them, encourage them. Say, listen, hey, we're here if you need help. If you want to come back to things, yep. There's no skin off anyone's nose. So that's the thing. So yeah. I'd love to talk about this one more, because I think that this whole mentoring vegans is what the movement as such is lacking, and it's not something we're going to find on YouTube. Obviously, apart from this, when you have a look at the traditional channels, like the ones that are really scoring big on YouTube and that people are watching, they're not. It's not more about education for the vegans. It's telling people why they should go vegan, telling people why this, or having a crack at someone else for this, or no history of veganism. And so yeah, it's this is what we need to be doing. We need to be mentoring more. We need to be encouraging people to find their own voices rather than having them pressured into developing a voice that they may not want to do. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this one. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. There will be a bit more. The next episode that I talk about, the whole apathetic vegans and all that, that one I'll probably have to sit down on the computer on that one and just pull up a few things. So I'm going to spend some time doing a bit more, for tactics and things that we can use and some of the stuff of how we can talk to other people. So anyway, as I said, that's the future episode. Thank you for watching. My name's Cameron Blewett. This was another episode of Vegan Police TV. And remember, don't fear the vegan police. We're here to help.